Okay, so today's session is Prashna Kundli. So what do we understand by Prashna Kundli? So Prashna Kundli is used when native doesn't have his birth details or he has some doubt in his birth details whether the birth details is correct or not. So this is the first scenario. And the second scenario is when a person has his birth details, but the question is which cannot be answered through his natal birth horoscope, then a Prashna Kundli will be used. And I will explain two scenarios in today's session where even if irrespective of the fact that a native has his birth details, but at that point of time we do not need to use natal birth horoscope, we don't need to check his dasha, we don't need to check anything, we just need to open Prashna Kundli and we need to predict. So this is the major piece which we need to understand through Prashna Kundli, that what are the scenarios and what is that we need to check in Prashna Kundli. So the Prashna Kundli itself is a very vast subject, very vast topic. It is in itself has a very long explanation. So, but yes, I will try to explain, give you some gist so that you will be able to understand and you yourself will be able to cast Prashna Kundli given the fact what are the certain circumstances or condition in which you need to cast a Prashna Kundli, and it gives a very good amazing result, no doubt about it. And I'll tell you, even you can check the curses also in the Prashna Kundli. You can check the pending karma also. You can check everything you can predict. Whatever is predicted through natal birth horoscope, you can predict anything through Prashna Kundli. Anything can be predicted. You just need some practice and some knowledge and you will be able to predict. There is no doubt about it. So let me also tell you one thing. When we check Prashna Kundli, what are the main things we need to check? So why not, let's open, let me show you the timing and date also. This is a recent chart. This is the recent chart. This and in this Prashna chart I have give him his pending karma and also given him the remedy also. So three things: basic knowledge will give you a confidence to predict in the Prashna, and if you are analyzing your Prashna correctly, definitely you can predict his pending karma also, and you can also give him his remedy. So this is the question which he asked, that I am about to get married, I like someone and both of us are willing to get married, but our families are opposing. So what shall we do? Of course, it's a very difficult question. If their families are opposing their decision, we can't do much about it. Of course, they have to convince their family. There is no second I would say solution or anything. I mean, you just need to convince your parents, and if you are able to convince it, you are good to go. If not, then of course nothing can be done. But when when they asked me this question, I checked their Prashna Kundli. So this is the timing and the date of the Prashna Kundli. what all you can see in the chart, what all you can see. Take your time, what all you would like to uh, predict, or what do you think. uh, for me, I am telling you, it's just a 10-15 minutes conversation, nothing more than that. So I was not able to take
Okay.
all the details, because board was in my court. I needed to give them solution. I needed to do a post-mortem of the chart. Definitely, they were actually on the recipient end. They wanted to listen to me, what I'll be giving as a solution. So think from that perspective. I couldn't ask much, a lot of questions from them. I just asked, okay, if you like someone, first of all, I tried to convince that you need to, convince your parents, and they said that they are actually not willing to give us their go ahead. So I'm just giving you that. I don't have much details.
So is it her is it their means uh, first who bring this question, or a boy or
Boy,
girl?
boy. Actually, both of them were there on the conference call. Both of them.
Okay,
Hmm.
okay. So
but
is it
but
like
but but I
mom?
but I have taken boy as as a main person who asked this question, because he was talking to me. He just told me that my girlfriend is there over the call. Maybe she will explain the situation, the family situation, but uh, the guy was the main person who pinged me and called me, and wanted to know what could be the solution of our problem. So just
So
to give you. Mhm.
is it like their mom is not ready, or there is their means his mom is basically pretty much not
No,
with
so he
him?
told the same thing. I mean, he already told that their families are opposing their decision. So they
No,
they
families in families like who like
everyone, everyone,
okay.
everyone, even uncle, grandparents, aunt, everyone, mother, father, everyone. So we actually, if you see, we don't have much clue about this, because everyone is opposing. What can we can suggest? So it's a difficult chart. It's a one of the difficult chart I'm sharing with you. It's a very difficult chart.
So if we will, yeah, means if we will see the natal chart, we are not getting much. But
Hmm.
if you will see the D9 chart, there is the Karaka of uh, seventh house, which is Venus, is not in a means it is with Sun first of all, and we will we may see the Jupiter as their family members, Jupiter, Moon, and Sun.
Mm-hmm.
So in D9, Sun is with Venus, which is not good,
Hmm.
and ascendant, Lord. Ascendant Lord is Mars. Mars is in retrograde. So Mars is debilitated in natal chart.
Hmm.
Revati Nakshatra. Lagna.
Shall I? Okay. Uh, Let me tell you. Uh, okay. So let me explain. We don't need to go in the D9 chart. We can of course we will get the assurance from the D9 chart also. There is no doubt about it. But in the D1 chart itself, just check one thing very important. They ask about their marriage. They ask about their marriage. So your eyes should go on onto the seventh house, which has Rahu in it. Okay. And this is the first thing we notice. They are asking about their marriage. So we notice, okay, Rahu is marked, seventh house is marked. Okay. Now let's see. As per the rule of Prashna, let's check the first house condition. Okay. So if you notice, ascendant Lord Mars is in Pisces sign,
Correct.
in house of romance. Okay.
Correct.
Pisces sign represent 12th house. So
Correct.
make a note of it. Make a note of it that Rahu is in Mrikshira Nakshatra and the ascendant sign, which is a Scorpion sign, it's Lord Mars, it is in Pisces sign. Okay. Rahu is also in Mrikshira Nakshatra. So Mars somewhere is getting prominent. It especially it's giving a clue that go and check the 12th house. If you see Lagna and the Ketu is in Jyestha Nakshatra, they are in Mercury Nakshatra. Lagna and the Ketu. So Mercury sitting in 12th house. Mercury is sitting in 12th house, which is in under Paap Kartari Dosh. We got second thing. We got the second thing. With the help of Rahu, we reached Mars, and with the help of Mars, because it is in Pisces sign, which I taught you about every houses, how we get the energy of houses and sign. They will give some clue. So I'm trying to take you there where how I interpreted the chart. So Ketu is in Jyestha Nakshatra and Lagna Lord is also in Jyestha Nakshatra prominently. And it means 12, there is something associated with the 12th house. Mercury is there. Okay. If you see one more thing, if you would like to, put a glance on all over the chart in the D1 chart, just taking a 5-10 minutes, you will also notice that Jupiter is also under Papkartri dosh, which and very important thing. So first thing we isolated, there's something to do with the Mercury and the 12th house, and now let's see if we can find something else also. Let's see. So I noticed that Jupiter is in Papkartri dosh and the second house is in Papkartri dosh, and the sign Sagittarius sign, which is a house of Dharma, it is also under Papkartri dosh. If you see, Jupiter represents Dharma, Jupiter also the Karaka of ninth house also, and Sagittarius sign is also a ninth house of Kalpurush. Now look at the ninth house Lord. It is Moon, which is again in under Papkartri dosh in sixth house.
Correct.
Ninth house Lord is going into sixth. So somewhere we are getting Mercury and somewhere we are getting ninth house. Mercury and the ninth house. So what can we predict? Ninth house means, and how do you interpret Mercury with the house of Dharma? How you can interpret both these things and how we can combine. So because first house has Ketu in the Scorpion sign, and the Scorpion sign energy, it's all about occult, it's all about something fishy, something some promise of the past. And 12th house majorly represent past, the past life, whatever, something to do with maybe something happened 2 years back, 5 years, 10 years, or maybe a past life. Okay. So I predicted, and I asked this gentleman that how many years before you been in your Kuldevi. I mean, how many years it's been that you been to your Kuldevi and you did some puja and you asked something, okay, and that wish got fulfilled, but after that you stopped going over there. So he said yes. Few years back, I used to go over there for some puja, and but after that I couldn't go over there, and I miss miss this. And I specifically told, just because of Mercury, I told something to do with the goddess, and he immediately sent me photos on WhatsApp that okay, yes, you are right, it is our goddess only, and the Devi is our Kuldevi. So he said that yes, it's been good years that I have not been to my ancestral place or native place. So I told him that you need to go over there, and there is something you asked, but you did not, fulfill um, whatever you ask or any promise. But after that, you maybe you didn't do it purposely or invariably. I don't know the reason, but I told him that there is something which you asked, and you need to go and take a blessing and ask for forgiveness. That's the simple thing.
Hmm.
And he told yes, it's been, and I was not able to go over there. So in this chart, if you see, we use Prashna, we use pending karma, like what is that he has his due towards anyone, and the remedy is itself is there in the pending karma, that you should go over there, ask for forgiveness. And I told certain puja to be done in a certain way. I gave him
Hmm.
the procedure. I gave him the date. I gave him that this day you should go, and this is the kind of way you should solemnize your all your rituals and everything. And that's how. And I told him that go with faith. It's nothing like a guarantee thing. You are going with some kind of a guarantee. Go and ask for forgiveness. If
Hmm.
God is happy, then maybe your parents will will be able to understand your concern. So, but yes, sometimes charts are very difficult,
Hmm.
and and we don't get any clue. There is no doubt about it. It comes with practice. But this chart was difficult. Even I believe that it was a very difficult chart. It is not an easy chart. It was a difficult chart, because as such we are not getting any clue that which house we need to focus on, which planet we need to focus on. So reaching to a particular house or a planet, it's an important thing. How do you reach to a particular house or certain energy? Because every house represents certain energy. To catch that energy, you need to reach that particular house, and then you need to decode, and then you need to combine planet and the sign and the houses. Even if you see
Hmm.
in the D9 chart also, the first house and the Mercury is afflicted. Mercury represent goddess. Even you see the first house
Hmm.
and is also afflicted, correct?
Hmm.
And the first house Lord is also afflicted, which is in 12th house and aspected by Rahu.
Rahu, like because it's retrograde, so we will
No,
place
no,
it
no,
on.
no, 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 no. Rahu is in 8th house.
Uh,
See the D9 chart. Rahu is in 8th house
okay.
and
Oh.
aspecting
Okay.
Saturn in the D9 chart. So
Mm-hmm.
here also you see same problem is coming from here, D1, where we have Mercury in 12th house. Here also you see Mercury is afflicted. Again you
Hmm.
see 12th house is coming into picture, because first house Lord it's sitting in 12th house. 12th house represent uh, your past. It could be your recent past, it could be your past life also.
Hmm.
So it represents past life or the recent past.
Okay.
Yeah. So I understand it's a difficult chart, but with bit of a practice you can predict anything. If anything comes to you, you will be able to predict. I
Okay, so
hmm,
one
hmm,
question I have,
hmm,
when this is something like the Aquarius ascendant,
hmm,
and if Saturn is placed in 12th house, okay,
hmm.
So how do we say it? Because Saturn will be placed in its own sign
Mm-hmm.
in Capricorn.
Mm-hmm.
But should we say it the way like first house Lord is in 12th house?
Yeah, first house Lord is in 12th house, correct? Correct.
Okay. So in this case, like in case of Aquarius, if the Saturn is placed in the 12th house, which is again its own sign,
Hmm.
so will it cause any bad effect?
See, okay. Um, Even if Saturn is its own sign, I'm not saying that Saturn is giving some problem. I'm saying understand the energy. First house Lord isn't going in 12th means going in past, means something to do with past. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's good or
Hmm.
bad. I'm saying something to do with
No, no.
past.
I'm asking in like in general way.
Mm-hmm. Okay. If even if
Like if in any.
okay, suppose in the let's take an example of Cancer ascendant. Okay,
Hmm,
in Cancer ascendant, if suppose Saturn is in its Mool Trikon sign, Aquarius, and so what house the Saturn will be? It will be 8th house. Because in Cancer ascendant, the Aquarius sign will fall in 8th house, right?
right,
Right? And Saturn will be in
right.
8th house, where Aquarius sign will be
Hmm,
there. So even if Saturn is in Mool Trikon sign, it does not mean that Saturn is very promising. We should not look at just in this way that Saturn is exalted, Saturn is debilitated. We
hmm,
need to see holistically what is the house, because it's not a Kendra house, it's not a Trikona house,
hmm,
it's a Dusthana house. It's a Dusthana house. If the 12th house, what do you think? It's a Kendra house, Trikona house? No, it's a Dusthana house. In this chart also, Saturn is in Dusthana house. In the D1 chart also, see, Saturn is in one of the Trik houses. Third house. It is not considered as such very good. I'm just giving um, because you asked me the question. I'm giving an example in this way. To check any planet energy, we need to see the lordship, we need to see the house, we need to see the dispositor, we need to see Navmansh, we need to see, what dasha system is coming in. So there are a lot of factors. Even you won't believe that if a person is um, having exalted Saturn,
hmm,
let's take whatever house you want to take, whatever, Kendra or Trikona.
hmm,
But if Saturn Mahadasha is going on, and
hmm.
if there is a Saturn Sadesati, definitely there will be some problem in Sadesati.